What stops most people from reaching their goals? It is that time of year, and I just want to share with you, one, my personal goals, and two, how they're changing this year. The point of these videos is to share with you my learnings. This is stuff out of my head and kind of where my week has gone. And the idea is to give you guys value week after week, but they're really just the thoughts going on in my head from my journal that I keep every single day. I hope you find them useful. So let's start off with goals, right? Why do most people not reach their goals? And this has been internally for me. Every year I whiteboard out a whole bunch of goals, and it seems like I hit maybe 2 or 3 of them, but a lot of them I make some progress on, but I don't ever really seem to get there. And something that I read this week, I've read it several times. It came from Amanda Francis's book, Rich A. It really doesn't have to do with wealth, but it has to do with the idea of beliefs. And this is something that I've known to be so true for such a long time. A lot of times we will say we want to do something, but we have a belief that is opposite of that thing. And it doesn't matter what this is. In the dating world, it might be like, I want this great relationship, but over here we have things that say that we don't believe it, that are in our subconscious. It causes emotional dissonance, and when two things hit like this, it tends to mean that we don't move forward towards it. Weight loss is one as well. One of the beliefs that you hear quite a bit is, I want to lose weight, but the internal belief is, I have to stick to a diet that I hate. Or I want to go to the gym and I want to look good, I want to work out, but I don't have time, or I hate going to the gym, or I hate personal trainers. So what is the belief? First off, what's your goal? And then what's the belief that you have? So some of my goals for this year, one of the big ones is I want to reach 2 million in total social media audience size. Well, if you guys have been following me for any amount of time, you know, like, I don't like social media, right? Like, that is the belief that I've held for the last 3 years. And where that came from was, I started off and I looked at, in 2020, I looked at our sales, and most of them had not come from social media. And I said, well, why am I wasting my time on there? I'm going to put my time and energy where I can make the most money and the most impact, and that's not social. That was the belief that I switched to then. Well, looking at my goals for this year, the belief that I now have to have is social media empowers people. Social media is the best way to get my reach out. I like social media because it allows me to impact a lot of people. Those are beliefs. So I went through my goals. 2 million social reach is the biggest one. That is the big focus for the year. And I started listing out all the beliefs that I needed to have in order to reach that goal. Now, the second step to this is, you can have the belief, right? But just because you're saying those beliefs, it's like saying affirmations. If you don't really believe them, then they don't lead to anything. So the second part of this is to, one, always look for something in the past that supports that belief, and then look for something you're going to do in the future that supports it. This changes the belief internally, and it's what I believe personally is the biggest key. So how do you do that, right? So we'll use my big goal, 2 million in social reach. And then the belief is that this is the best way for me to impact a lot of people's lives. Well, I can go back and I can look at social media posts that I have a lot of engagement on. I went back and found some from when I was on Facebook, and I looked at the impact that I had. Then I future-paced myself and I said, okay, I'm going to make sure that I make a video that gets more than 500 comments. How's that going to look? How's that going to feel? And I start to embody that. And just by spending a little bit of time doing those things, that gets me to put that belief in my head and believe that it is real. So I would look at whatever your goals are, your top 2 or 3, and I would look at what the beliefs are and what beliefs you need to have. That's the biggest tip that I can give you towards reaching your goals. I definitely believe that it's true, because you don't want 2 beliefs that are banging heads. In other news, things that are going on in my life that I wanted to share with you guys, I think you might find helpful. The first one is on my diet. So I did 5 months of strict carnivore diet. That is meat only, no veggies, no carbs. So it's 100% zero carb diet. Most of my meals were either steak, ground beef, or fish, mixed with a little bit of butter, and then 6 to 8 pieces of bacon. So I got the blood work back. I did blood work 3 times, once when I started, once in the middle, and once at the end. And my blood work for everything except cholesterol improved drastically. Blood work was great. I lost about 28 pounds total. I had a DEXA scan. I'm at about 18% body fat, down from 26%, which is, all of those are great. The big challenge, total cholesterol did go up a little bit. I was expecting that. HDL actually went up. HDL is your healthy cholesterol. That went up it was at 34 when I started, and it's now at over 80, which is great. The challenge is that ApoB, which is a huge precursor to heart problems, went up astronomically. So it went pre-carnivore diet, it was at like 30 to 40, which is considered okay. It's in the healthy range. It's not amazing, but now it's at over 150, which causes a lot of concern. The other one was apolittle, which is basically a cholesterol cell that has a little corkscrew off of it that causes it to embed in artery. They don't really know what causes it. It's a lot of genetics. It was in the healthy-ish range. It was like 50 to 65, and now it is at over 150, which causes a lot of concern. So the diet has been great. I felt amazing. So many improvements, energy improvement, I would say like general life improvements, weight loss. My skin has been a lot better. Like things have been, but it is too high in saturated fat to continue. So I'm going more towards just a strict keto with more, I'm adding vegetables back in. I'm starting to eat a lot of unsaturated fats, and we're going to test again. I'm going to do the test in 6 weeks. So I'll let you know how that goes. I know diet is important to a lot of people out there. I always try to find a diet that, one, is easy to stick to. They don't have to count a bunch of carbs or do anything difficult like calculators on my phone, because I know I'm not going to stick to it. So trying to find a simple, easy diet that is healthy and leads towards longevity. Now, the last thing I want to share with you guys is I use my iPad for a lot of things. I carry it around. I have one in my room. I journal on it. But I got this screen protector, and let me scratch it. If you guys can hear it, it feels like paper. It writes like paper, and it makes it, it also makes the screen so it does not attract fingerprints or glare, which is awesome. It was $10. One of the coolest things that I found this week. I highly recommend everybody pick one up. If you use your iPad a lot, you'll enjoy using it. Like, I enjoy touching the surface more, and it made the whole interaction with it a lot better. And I found that I write on it a lot more because it does actually feel like paper. That was the biggest thing that stopped me from using it as a notebook before. All right, guys, let me know. Feel free to always reach out. You can hit reply on the email. You can reach out to me through Facebook Messenger or through TikTok or through Instagram. I try to answer those messages as much as I can. Personally, I don't get back to them super fast, but usually within a day or two. Always love to hear your takeaways and your thoughts. Wishing you guys all the best in 2024, and I'll talk to you soon.